So today I'll be talking about clarity, getting your purpose right, and your niche. I showed you some of my compliment card that I found at home. So going through all this, I I discovered the it's saying all these things. It's actually brought me back into the thoughts that finally made who I am now different from who I was, who I've always been. I've been a better man now since I was able to get a clarity into what I found out that I can really do better. Alright, so let me break it down. I was this guy that was doing computer training, so I had a lot of students at my disposal, people that came for training. I was teaching them how to operate a Windows system. Mac wasn't common then, so I've got a lot of monitors that I even still saw here. So I was training people on how to operate computer. I had a small cyber cafe space where people come to buy time, and they browse. I do printing. As I said, it started with graphic designing. So people were learning desktop publishing and graphic designing from me. So the church was just growing, and we needed a graphic designer, and we could not afford one. So I took it upon myself that I would learn how to design graphics. So I met few of my friends, couple of them. Was I using YouTube then? I cannot really remember, but I knew I was a very good friend of Google. So I tend to Google if there were challenges, and then I was using CorelDRAW to make graphics for the churches. Fast forwarded to the time I learned photography. So I had students who also wanted to learn photography. And as young as I was, there was a time that I had up to 14 students right there in my office, and we were using just a space for that office. So I was doing many things. So if you want a graphic designer, Daniel is there. If you need this, I was always there. I was just doing everything. So I was also doing gospel DJ. So I was doing printing. My church, we wouldn't just make a design for a printer to go print for us. We'll still be the one that our pastor would send to go print. I can say that I spent about 2 or 3 years doing all these things together. Then I learned photography. When photography came in, I was doing photography in my church. I wasn't doing cinematography seriously then, but in my church, I was still the same guy that would, cover our church services. I would just handle the, that camera. We were using one JVC then. I can't really remember the specific model of JVC that we were using. So I will handle the camera, and then connect a cord directly to the TV so that people could see what I'm recording. And my pastor liked it a lot. I was just doing everything. Then fast forwarded to the time that I was given admission. 2015 came, I was given admission, and then I told myself that I wasn't aiming at graduating as the best student in LASU, but I really wanted to be focused on just one thing. All these things, printing business was just making me to tell more lies. I was working more for pastors I had around me then, but at times what they are paying me, a job of 10,000 naira, our profit might just be 3,500 naira. So when I was given admission to LASU, I told myself that I really need to be focused more, because number one, I was coming back to study in LASU at so many years after my SSC. And secondly, the second challenge I had was I was coming to I have not even spoken about the challenge I had about mathematics, because even till date, I'm not sure, maybe my own kids would like mathematics. So if you are a lover of mathematics, I'm giving you kudos. Don't wonder you are watching my video, maybe because you are better at mathematics and I'm better at photography and cinematography. So I could not cope with math. So I told myself, though I was going to study music, so I told myself that I need to cut so many things down. So I told myself that anything that concerns printing, graphic designing, I am not going to do it. I knew I won't come out as a first class student, but I knew in photography I was going to do very well, and I would not be withdrawn on campus. It was part of my decision that I was going to do very well academically. So I literally stopped collecting all printing jobs. I didn't stop photography. I stopped printing, I stopped graphic designing, I stopped being a gospel DJ. What else was I doing? I stopped printing work as well too. I wasn't approving them, even if they, if they come my path, I'll tell them that no, I no longer do it, but I can, refer you to someone that can do it, better than this. Has actually been the best decision. I can say that if I had done all these multitasking jobs that I was doing for over, let me just say 2 or 3 years, what videography and photography gave me was over, for 3 months, was over the results I had in doing so many things in a year. So I checked my tithe card, and I was seeing that when I was back home then, I was paying 350 per Sunday, I was paying 500 naira per Sunday, which means I was making 10,000 naira profit. And as at then, I wasn't paying 10%. Growing up as a teenager, I wasn't paying 10% because I felt God deserved more. Why should God be getting 10 and I'll be having 90 to myself? So at times I pay 40%, at times I pay 35%. So I was paying, which means let's just assume that even if I was paying the accurate money that I was being asked to pay, I was making 10,000 naira weekly. Oh my God. So and now I won't go for a job that the offer is 10k. Why should I? I'm way bigger than that. So, but the only thing that has really helped me, I'm not saying it is bad to be multiversatile. It is very, very good. In fact, I'm this kind of guy that picks interest in learning a whole lot of things. It was not because one was not prospering. Maybe that was the reason why I was learning other things. No, I just love learning. I'm so open to, I won't work with you if I have no new things to learn from you. And I won't even allow you to be working with me if you're no longer challenged to learn new things from me. So, and one of these books, what it said, ensure you know one thing about everything and know everything about one thing. So this was one of the books I read growing up as a teenager, and then it has always been part of me that I just want to learn. Whatever you don't want Daniel to know, whatever you don't want OlaOlajide to know, don't do it near me. I catch things very fast. So, I stopped all these things at a point in time, and I focused on my academics, and then I was doing photography only for years. At the start, was I making that much that could cover up for what doing many things would have done for me? No, I wasn't. I knew if your eyes are single, your body will be full of light. Yeah, if your eyes be single, then your whole body will be full of light. This was just what I did, and it greatly worked out for me. So when people see me first, I want them to tell me that I'm a videographer. This guy is a photographer. In my department, they will tell you that Daniel is not a musicologist, that Daniel is a photographer, he's a cinematographer. Until date, I'm proud to be one. So I will just tell you, even in photography as well too, you've got to have niche. You've got to have your own niche. If you want to face documentary photography, face it and do it very well. Don't be in a competition. Don't be that guy that wants to do this, do that. Look at these fingers, they are not equal. And that doesn't mean that a finger is actually better in a way than the other. That is, if you are to be a key on the piano and you are sounding do, maybe you are sounding the lower do, you should never aim at being the upper do. Just stay and still, like it is just like a music of a choir of 4 parts. So when you are singing soprano, doesn't mean you should envy the person that is singing bass, or because you are singing, tenor, doesn't mean you should envy the person that sings alto. It is just all about your strength. If you are a very good retoucher, spend quality time on learning how to color grade, how to retouch better. And I wonder why a DOP should still be the one retouching. I don't know. You want to be a music video director, you want to be a video director, and yet you still want to go back to be the same person retouching. You can't do everything. Facing just one thing really helps you to grow faster. It was one of my secrets that actually distinguished me. Yeah, facing just one thing, doing one thing per time, it helps a lot. You will be focused. You will know the kind of equipment that you are to buy. If you are to be a documentary photographer, you may have no need of buying some lenses that a portrait photographer would have gotten. you may need a telephoto lens if you are doing a wildlife photography. You know, like someone that does portrait photography, why should you go for a wildlife lenses? Why should you go for telephoto lenses when your subject is just very close to you? Except you want to do a wild, crazy, you know, composition or creative shoot, but it is not a lens for you which you can just rent for that particular shoot. It also helps you to spend less on things that would not profit you. You spend your money on equipment that are so needful for your growth, for your need. So, you know, it helped me. I invested in the things that I should get. I knew the camera to get. I knew when to get my reflector. I knew when to get my speed light. Unlike doing so many things. So if your photography game is still growing, I will tell you, just face photography for now. Make sure that your pictures are so well that when you want to tell people that you want to do video, they will be able to just, you know, animate the pictures. That if these pictures could move, that it is going to be a very better one. It is going to be a better one for them. So this would help you to grow. This will help you to invest in quality gears better. So I don't know if you have been able to learn something. Facing and doing one thing per time has really helped my game. Has really helped me to up my game, and this I still do till date. So, and I don't know if you have been able to learn one thing or the other. So if you have, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're new, this is OlaOlajideFilms. I talk about photography, cinematography. I help photographers and videographers become better. So, and if you have a contrary opinion, please drop it in the comment section. Yeah, drop it in the comment section. I would love to read and respond to, you know, your comments. And if I've said what I shouldn't have said, let me know also in the comment section. And if you want to share your story as well to how your growth started, please drop it in the comment section. I would really love to read. Thank you. I'm OlaOlajide, OlaOlajideFilms. Catch you some other time.